later on in the meeting, because we wanted to marinate for a little while, because you will get continued improvement for up to 24 hours after you do this treatment.
Great job, Linda. Great job, Donna.
There you go, Linda. Okay, good evening, everybody. How we doing?
Great.
Doing pretty good myself. I beat you too. I'm doing pretty good. I'm Greg Murphy. I've been in the health club industry for the last 26 years, so say more than half my life has been spent with helping people look and feel good. And about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, I was introduced to this business. And why I was looking was this, is that, you know, with the economy out there, things weren't going so good in my business. And I was looking for answers out there. Okay, and I was introduced to the business. I had had lunch with my brothers. Okay, it was a 49th birthday lunch for me with my two older brothers. And then the subject of retirement came up. Okay, and how we're set for retirement. When it, you know, I'm the little brother. When it came down to me, you know, I didn't have a lot to offer. You know, there was no 401k, there was no, you know, pensions or anything like that, being a small business owner, and very, very little wiggle room, you know. And so I got out of my car, and, you know, I thought about it in my younger years, but it was always, yeah, I'm young enough, I'm strong enough, I can fix it, I'll take care of it, you know, I'll do it later, you know. And I realized, you know, I'm going to be 50 years old, and that's not a kid anymore, you know. So it was kind of, for the first time, let's just say, in the back of my mind, maybe a little bit worried, and you know, am I going to die broke? Okay, and you know, that's something I have to share with you guys tonight. I have to warn everybody about, but I do have the answer. Okay, these are some of the products. These are the tools, okay, that were necessary for me to launch my business. Okay, this is our Galvanic Body Spa, which when somebody loses weight, it's a great way to reduce inches in your abs, hips, thighs, buttocks, as Dr. Balsamo would say. And we have a galvanic face spa, which is basically a wrinkle iron, okay? And it, like Lynette, okay, she got a demo this evening, and you know, you can see a significant difference in one 20-minute non-invasive treatment. And then along with our Age Lock Vitality that Linda Fostak pointed out. Okay, what I'm going to speak to you about tonight are 4 quadrants. 3 of them are very painful. Okay, 1 of them is very good. So, you know, we all fall into one of the 4, and hopefully you fall into the right one. Okay, the first one is the most popular. It's 60 to 70% of America is in this one. They have no time and they have absolutely no money. When you're in that quadrant, okay, you're just living month to month. You're barely getting by. So which means, you know, you just paid your March 1st bills, you're broke. You might even be, you know, borrowing from a friend. Now comes April, and then comes May, okay? And if you do not make a change in your life, you're going to be stuck. Okay, the next one is where I see guys in my gym laid off like crazy. The way, you know, America's going right now, people are getting laid off, they're making less, okay? They have a lot of time. And I asked, you know, a couple of members recently, yeah, so what'd you do over the weekend? No, nothing. You know, just kind of hung out. And did you go out? No, not really. Why? Because they can't afford to go out to dinner. They can't afford to travel. They can't afford the luxuries of life, okay? Because they have no money. They have all the time in the world, but what good is it? You're stuck. You're stuck on Long Island. Okay, the third quadrant is where you have some money, but you have no time. Who are those? CPAs, doctors, lawyers, you know, CEOs of companies. Okay, they have a few dollars in the bank, but their lives are falling apart around them. Okay, so you know, what's going on? Their marriages aren't good because they're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. You know, they're not raising their kids. You know, they're not getting back that time. And the problem is, okay, that it's not getting better. And, you know, we have healthcare professionals who are going to tell you a little bit later about what's happening with that, where they're working more and making less. And that seems to be what's going on here. Okay, where you want to get to is a plus plus. Plus plus is happiness, okay? It gives you time, it gives you money, you can spend, you know, with the people that you love and care about, and you're a guest tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you one question. If you had unlimited time and unlimited money, what would you do? What would that do for your life?
Unlimited time and money?
Yeah.
What would I do?
You know, how would that make you feel? How would that change your life? What would you do if you were in this quadrant?
Everything.
Okay. Would it be, let's say, traveling a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of creative and yeah.
Right. It takes a little bit of the pressure off in life. You know, for myself, I have 4 children. And again, there wasn't a 401k and a retirement plan. Okay? So the thing is, I would like to get into this because I can set up my children and my grandchildren for life. That's what caught my eye about this business. It's willable, okay? And if I could get into that plus, I could roll up my sleeves, get busy at 50, okay, and make it happen for my family. I'm the one that can do it. Okay, now, most people are trading their time for money. This is a linear income situation. It's temporary income. Okay, once you're finished, let's say you're a chef and you do a party or a caterer. Once you're done with that party, you're done. You're unemployed until the next one. Okay, linear income, again, is trading time for somebody else's dream. You're working in somebody else's business for a boss. They tell you when you can go to lunch, when you can take a vacation, when you basically can go to the bathroom, what time to come in, what time to leave. Okay, and you're really on their string. So the formula is this, okay? If your average person, which isn't even average anymore, most people are working more than that, but let's say the average number per week of work is 40 hours, okay? The average person gets a 2-week vacation. So if you took the formula 40 hours times 50 weeks, you're at 2,000 hours a year that you're leasing out your blood, sweat, and tears for somebody else's dream. Okay, and again, if you don't have these pension plans, you're stuck. Now, the average person starts working, let's say, age of 20, and they want to wrap it up by the time they're 65. That's 45 years. So when you get down to it, it's 90,000 hours. That's going to take the rest of your life. Your entire life will be 98,000 hours spent for somebody else. Okay, again, linear temporary income. Okay, National Bureau of Statistics, Social Security Department Administration, proven. Don't believe me. Google it. 95% of the people in this room right now, okay, and not getting out alive, okay, you're gonna be either dead broke, or still working at the age of 65, okay? It's a national statistic. 14.8% of the people since 2008 have pushed their retirement forward, okay, to an older age. So 65 isn't it, it's more like 67, 69, 70. So that's why you see people, okay, restaurants, you can go into the local diner, go to Sayville Diner, and a woman who's been waiting on my table is probably in her late 60s, and this has been going on for the last couple of years. Okay, I've approached her about this. I'd love to get her out of that diner. Okay, she's killing herself. She's a little bit younger than my own mom. Okay, 43% of Americans have less than $10,000 in the bank. That's pitiful. What are you going to do on Long Island? Okay, that may keep you afloat for about 6 weeks for the average person. Okay, I'll go one further. 27% of people have less than $1,000. So what will that tell you? That 95% of the people out here are living paycheck to paycheck. What happens if you break down? What happens if you have an injury and you don't? If I get injured, what's going to happen? I don't have a big disability plan. I'm screwed. Okay, so I had to do something else. And what I did is I got myself into a leveraged income situation. Now, at first, somebody's explained this to me. They said, well, eventually, when you go down 6 generations in our company, you're going to have 20,000 people in your network. And I said, no, I don't believe that. They said, well, how it starts is this. They said, Greg, do you know 5 people that are in your situation that are in that minus? I said, definitely. I know probably 100. I don't know, 20,000. All you need to know is 5, and I can work with you. I said, okay. So, the 5 that I know teach 5. Okay, teach 5, teach 5, teach 5. By the time you get down to 6 levels, okay, that's 20,000 people in your network. Now, a lot of people are busy out there. Okay, so let's say they can only do it less than an hour a day, maybe 45 minutes a day, a little bit before they have to go to work, a little bit before they have to go to bed, and they work that business. So the amounts equates to 4.5 hours a week. That's 90,000 hours. Does that look familiar? It's the same thing, but we produce it every single week, and that's the difference. Okay, let's just say you're going to go to New York City. Okay, we'll use it as an example. Okay, you're on a bicycle. Okay, you're going to get there, but it's going to take you 10 times as long if you're in an Italian sports car. This is what's going to get you there faster. Okay, this is leveraged income that you will have for the rest of your life. Okay, this is what I've been in, done. This is what I'm in now. Okay, things are changing. Okay. And I used to have this on my forehead every single week. Now it's once in a while. And that's stress. I just find it time. But I used to get it all the time from stress. Okay, and I'm getting out of that minus real quick. Things are going good, folks. Okay, because it's a new business paradigm, the social business model. I don't say it. Wall Street Journal says it. Okay, now 132 billion in sales, 88 million people around the world. People are ordering. I didn't even know how to start a computer until 2000, Christmas of 2008, I got on Facebook, and I started using a computer. All I knew was Powerhouse Gym, how to log in the members. Couldn't tell you. Never, we didn't grow up in the computer age. Most of, I would say, everybody in this room. Okay, so now everybody orders over the internet. Okay, it's ridiculous because I wake up in the morning and somebody's ordered something in New Jersey. I don't even know who the person was. Okay, that's the beauty of it. It'll be a friend of a friend of a friend. Okay, and I see these volumes. Okay, there's 5 areas to explore, which we're going to talk a lot about tonight. The trends. Is it a trend? Is a gym a good trend right now? Open? No. Okay, there's one on every corner. It's washed. The industry's washed out. Okay, they're all really cannibalizing each other. There's only, there's 8 pieces of the pie, and everybody's like a savage trying to get 1 piece of the pie. Okay, it's just, it's not good. It's not a great trend. It was a good trend when I started it back, my own in the late 90s, and when I got into the business back in the late 80s. Okay, products and science. We're going to talk about that tonight. You need a solid foundation. Okay, if you're going to help people, okay, you need great products. You want to help people lose weight, look younger, and feel younger, and the science behind it is going to really blow your mind tonight, because we have a physician here who's going to tell you all about it. Okay, the company is rock solid. Again, we're going to have somebody who's been in the company over 20 years explain the company to you and where it's at. Compensation. That's why I'm down here on Monday night. I already work my hours in the gym all day. So what am I doing down here for you guys? Okay, because the compensation intrigues me to do so. I am excited about it, and I see the checks going like this. Okay, so you will see me in this basement every Monday night, and if you don't see me, it means I'm dead or I'm in the hospital. All right, and that's no lie. Okay, and then the timing. Okay. It's like, cassette tapes. They're obsolete. Would you get into something with cassette tapes? The housing market is pretty crappy right now. So what you want to do is you want to get in when timing is good. And again, that's going to be explained to you tonight. We're in for the biggest health boom in the next 6 months in this anti-aging industry. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to leave that up to the other speakers this evening. Okay. I think it's for the next 17 years. It's got to be adjusted. But anybody born between the years of 1946 and 1964, they're considered a baby boomer. 10,000 people a day turn that age. Okay, what's the number one demand? Looking and feeling young. Do you want to be like this in a basic walker on your surfboard, or do you want to look young at 55, 60 years old? Okay, we have a scientific advisory board. Okay, again, that's going to be explained to you tonight. We have the guy who invented the birth control pill. The guy who coined the term antioxidants, the guy who invented ginkgo. There's a lot of things we're going to go into, okay? But this is so steeped in science, this company, you're going to learn something tonight. And, let me ask you, for a guess, which is the younger man?
Left?
Let's find out. Same guy, he's 11 years older on the left. Okay, he's the chief scientific officer of our company. He's proof that the product works. So he's a walking billboard, right? So he does look much younger on the left. Okay, he also has a #1 bestseller that was on Times Square, okay, The Aging Myth. If you haven't read it. It is the whole idea about, how we age and how we look young and how we reset our genes. Again, we're going to go into that a little bit later. Okay, now, this was on a cruise. Okay, and these are some of our team leaders, and that's Dr. Chang, Chief Scientific Officer of our company. Okay, so he's just a regular guy. Okay, he's proof that the product works, but if you do see him, he would socialize with you. Okay, that's, how it is. Now, we work with a lot of different type of people. Okay, I'm a gym owner. We work with landscapers. We work with hairdressers, estheticians. Okay, there's a lot of different type of people that we work with, and the point I was trying to get across before is how bad it's going out there, okay, in Obamacare and in, the insurance game right now. Okay, we have a board-certified physician, okay, he's been voted Man of the Year. Okay, the Consumer Research Council of America rates him the top 100 doctors in America. So I'm not talking Suffolk County, Nassau County, okay, there's thousands of doctors, I'm sure. This guy is the top 100 in America. He's dual board certified. Okay, and also what I found out recently is he trains all the interns when they take their tests to become doctors. And this guy is in 100th percentile of them passing their tests. So he's going to explain a little bit about why he's working with us, okay, what's going on out there in the physician's world. And it's a privilege to have this guy here tonight, and it's a privilege to work with him. So if you could help me give a warm welcome to Dr. Donato Balsamo.
Thank you, Greg.
You got it, brother.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing? you're gonna take me shopping. I want to dress like you want to
Be right.
More so than being a physician, I'm an entrepreneur, and I've always been an entrepreneur. And when I was introduced to this business, I took a look at the mission statement, and just allow me to read it to you. Our mission is to be a force for good throughout the world by empowering people to improve lives with rewarding business opportunities, innovative products, and an enriching, uplifting culture. And that to me really spoke volumes when I read that mission statement. Because when I took a look at this business opportunity as an entrepreneur, last I checked, everybody has skin. So it's a pretty wide open, pretty big market, number one. Number two, the average American spends between $85 and $125 a month on personal care items. Shampoo, lipstick, deodorant, toothpaste, skincare, supplements. Okay? So the average American, there's certainly a lot of people that spend more. So I got excited about that because this is an international internet-based business that does business in 53 countries. Got excited about that. But I had to find out the science because I am a scientist. And this company is based, founded, grounded on science and the science research and the technology. And I'm actually privileged tonight to actually be sharing this room with Dr. Janice Moldashel, who's a board-certified emergency room physician, Dr. Jeff Belmont, who's a board-certified ear, nose, and throat otolaryngologist. Most people can't say that, right? They just usually say ENT. Because they realized the science that is behind this company. Okay? And they are not, either one of them, practicing physicians, because they realize the opportunity in this business. Okay? They realize the science and what's going forward, what's happening right now in healthcare. But you don't have to be involved in healthcare or a healthcare professional to be an entrepreneur, to have vision and a work ethic. Okay? When I got out and I started working for a very big practice, I realized very early in my career that I was limited. I was limited by the insurance companies. Because no matter what I was going to charge somebody or bill, the insurance companies were only going to pay me a finite amount. So if I wanted to earn more money, I had to work more hours. I didn't want to work more hours. So I got a position as the Associate Director of the Family Practice Residency Program at Good Samaritan Hospital. And as Greg had mentioned, training physicians when they came out of medical school. And as they went through their training process, every single one of my residents that had graduated passed their board certification on the first try. And after about doing this for 5 years, the hospital said, that's great, you got a 100% pass rate. We're going to have to take away $5,000 in your salary this year because, you know, insurance companies are cutting, we can't afford to pay you. I said, okay, still getting a pretty decent stipend and wasn't in the office seeing people, seeing patients. And I continued to do this, and I did it year in and year out. I got to the point where over 130 graduates, each one of them had passed their board certification on the first try. And every 2 or 3 years, you know, we're going to have to take back another 5,000, we're going to take back another 10,000. We need you to be here on site another 6 hours, we need you to be on site another 8 hours. Finally, about 2.5 years ago, they said to me, you know what, we're so proud, you know, you got that 100% pass rate. We're going to have to take away your malpractice. We can't cover you, we can't pay your malpractice anymore. And my malpractice is $36,000 a year. So I made a very conscious decision at that point that I was going to work smarter and not any harder. Okay. The human genome was isolated 10 years ago, and it revealed a new science which is called epigenetics. The choices that we make on a daily basis, on a regular basis, will influence our genes. Okay? Our genes are set. The expression of our genes can change, and that's what the epigenetics is. Okay? If you take two identical twins, they have the same DNA. Why does one of those twins develop diabetes? Two identical twins, same set of DNA. Why does one develop cancer? The things that they're doing on a regular basis, stress, smoking, lack of exercise, going to that burger place with the big yellow arches, all right? It affects how those genes are expressed. But it wasn't only in Time magazine, it was recently on the Discovery Channel as well.
We're only scratching the surface of all the knowledge that we're going to obtain by studying the human genome.
As we consider the implications of this new wave of DNA technology, science is tempting us with the promise of another medical breakthrough. Superhuman life. frontier has started. Scientists are finding innovative approaches to gene expression profiling.
Gene expression in science is how a gene functions. When you activate a gene, it will make a protein. Gene expression is related to whether that particular gene is activated or inactivated, if you will, to make less protein.
Okay. And these are some of the studies that we've done. This is actually called a heat map. Okay. Okay. This goes through something that I said, Linda. And this is a young gene. Okay. And this is an older gene. And you can see from the colors here, the green is a low expression and the red is a high expression. Okay. This actually was done for melanin, which is skin pigmentation. As you can see in the young tissue, there's a lot of the green, which is low expression. As we get older, there's an increase, a high expression of that melanin. That's why as we get older, we develop age spots. Okay? This is actually the same person after using our age-lock technology. You can see the genes are expressed more like when they were young or youthful. Okay? And we've been able to show 92% of the time with this age-lock technology, we're able to express the genes in a more youthful fashion. The future of a company is based on this age-lock technology. It's actually a combination of skincare and nutritional supplements. Okay? From the inside as well, anti-aging technology. These are some of the products. Okay? And this is one of the technologies that we have. It's called the biophotonic skin, as you see down here. We actually have two of the machines here tonight. If anyone has not gotten tested and you don't know what your score is, I highly recommend it. Dr. Oz came to us about a year and a half ago, and he wanted to see, he was doing a show called The War on Cancer with Prevention. And he called this machine the Ultimate Nutritional Lie Detector Test, a revolutionary device, and he was astounded by the results, because these are the results. If you kind of go in from lowest to highest, this would be like an F, a D, a C, a B, and an A. This was America. This was about 80% of his audience. That's really a microcosm of what's going on here in society, number one. And number two, as an entrepreneur, there's a big market for this. Right? You want to be up in these levels. Okay? But again, besides the Dr. Oz show, this was from the Journal of the National Cancer Institute from December of last year. Women with higher carotenoid levels have reduced risk of breast cancer. That machine, the biophotonic scanner, measures non-invasively in 90 seconds your carotenoid level. Okay? Innovative anti-aging technology. From the outside, we have the best skincare products in the world. And it's, again, backed by science and technology. Right? Skin is our largest organ, and you want to make sure you're taking care of it. If you're not taking care of it, it can become a portal of entry for diseases or anything like that. Total Beauty Media rated 48,000 products, 270 companies. We came in first. We've had that ranking now for 37, 38, 39 months. I'm losing track of it, just month in and month out. Again, I got one face, and I want to be using that one product. Okay? Some of the Hollywood celebrities who are using our products: Nicole Kidman, Brad Pitt, Sophia Loren, and Christy Brinkley. Okay? And this is really where it comes down to demonstrating the difference. And we can do that. And we're going to pull our models back up here in a little bit. You can see in 15, 20 minutes the results that they had. But over time, if you can show, especially a woman, no offense, I don't want to be chauvinistic, how to go from here to here in 90 days, 3 months, in the confines of their own home, for a fraction of the cost for Botox or Restylane, that's going to be a client for life. That's going to be a customer for life. To have these results after 5 months, absolutely amazing. She is never going to want to go back to how she was before she started her skincare regimen. Okay? And actually was a conference in October of last year, taking a look at people that go for Botox injections, and there were 19 reported cases of blindness from people that go for Botox injections. Starting this year, anyone who does Botox injections has to provide a waiver or a statement that patients are aware that they may go blind from receiving Botox injections. Pretty high risk for wanting to look better. Okay. Ann is one of the distributors that we work with, 72 years old. She lives in Houston, Texas. She was weeks away from getting a facelift. She has like that turkey neck right now in that picture. So after 3 months of treatment with our technology and skincare products, she went from here to here. And once we posted these pictures, people were like, you know what, that's Photoshop. That's fake. That's phony. It's all doctored. Well, that's Ann and I from last year at our kickoff event. And I actually have to put a third picture up here because now Ann is looking younger and younger from when she did a year ago. Because when these kind of changes happen, people want to know, what are you doing? How did you do it? Well, she's not selling anything. She's being a product of the product. She's demonstrating the difference, and people want to know how the heck you did it. Okay? Lisanne Natoli, another one of the distributors that worked with us. Lisanne had lost a lot of weight. And as you can see, her face kind of caved in from all that weight loss. After 10 months of being on our skincare regimen, this is Lisanne and the result that she had. But she was brave enough to not only use the facial spa, but the body spa. And as Greg likes to mock, the buttocks. Look how low it is on this side. Look how much is lifted over on the right side. Look at the dimpling of the skin. Look at the bulge here. Look at the big difference in her hips. Okay, again, non-invasively. No knives, okay, in the confines of her own home. So Lisanne's just going around and picking up her skirt and showing everybody her results. And again, you can see the major difference here in the hip. But what impressed me the most with Lisanne's results were around the joints. I mean, look at the difference in her knees. No plastic surgeon or no dermatologist that I'm aware of would ever want to try and do a surgical procedure around the joint because they could really compromise mobility. Okay? And she has fantastic results from using the body spa. Okay? Pick up any journal, and you'll find us littered within literature. Other people that we're working with right now, Nina's a stay-at-home mom in New Jersey. She put the body spa on her abdomen after having 2 kids. Flat and sleek on this side. She's got the muffin top on that side. Andrea La Rosa is a landscaper by design, but she's given up that business. She's done the body spa on her arm, and the fantastic results that she has achieved as well. So, and again, when you have these results and you show people, people want to know, how do you do it? How can I get my hand on this? Show me what I can do. And when you start making a contribution, you start making people look better or feel better, and let them know there's an opportunity for them as well to make some extra money, people get very, very excited. Okay? Talking about making a contribution, right now we're in a major epidemic as far as obesity. Kids right today have a shorter life expectancy than we do as parents, which is pretty sad. My son's going to be 12 next week, and his generation is going to have a shorter life expectancy than my generation, despite all the science and technology that we have because of obesity. Okay? 1985, these were some statistics from the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, obesity rates. The dark blue here was a higher percentage, about 15%, had a body mass index greater than 30%. In 2010, these red squares were greater than 30. So there's about 7 states right there that have a body mass index or an obesity rate of greater than 30% of the population. So it really is a national epidemic, because obesity is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, strokes, heart attacks, osteoporosis, and believe it or not, cancer. So here's really a lifestyle, okay, which puts you at risk for cancer. Okay. Here's our solution, the redesigned weight management program. It's actually a combination of shakes, meal replacements, and supplements. Okay. And personally, as a physician, I have had dozens of patients who have had tremendous success. Some of the distributors that we're working here as well, Linda Fostak, who you saw earlier, has lost how much weight right now, Lynn?
I lost over 40 pounds.
40 pounds. And how much weight did your husband lose?
128.
128 pounds. If you can make that type of positive influence on somebody, make them look better, feel better, decrease his insulin requirements because he's an insulin diabetic, improve his attitude, get him out of his depression, his funk. Certainly felt a little bit more spunky or funky. What did you say he had?
It was frisky.
Frisky. Okay.
You got your husband back.
That's the word. Okay. Our anti-aging research team, which is comprised of 75 world-class scientists, have developed this AgeLock technology, and it's a blockbuster brand. We've done $1 billion in sales in the past 2 years. So we're now taking our weight management system and we're going to actually put it into the world's first genetic weight loss program. Okay, we know the Discovery Channel has featured our scientists. And this is what it is. It's actually called Gamma. Okay, and it's a nutritional or weight management system that's based on gene expression. It's the first and only weight management system which actually works down at the level of the genes. Okay? Let's take a look at some of the demographics as far as obesity. If 1 out of every 2,000 people who are obese decided they want to take this weight management system, okay, they purchase this Gamma system, the volume of sales is expected to be $150 million. That's a big, big number. Okay? I know personally, I want to introduce this to as many people. Okay? Because it's going to help them. In return, it's going to help me. By them losing their weight, they're going to decrease their risk for cancer, decrease their risk for strokes, decrease their risk for heart attacks in a safe and effective manner without the use of pharmaceuticals, blood monitoring, or any of those kinds of things. No harmful side effects as far as blood pressure or thyroid problems. Pharmaceutically wise, there's nothing out there. There's been a bunch of medications that actually have been withdrawn and taken off the market because of the deleterious side effects. Okay? And we've done this before. Okay? Our products, our technology has been launched year in and year out. In 2009, by what we call it an LTO, or a limited time offer, meaning the product's only going to be available for a certain time frame. We did $5 million in sales. In 2010, 17 million. 2011, another product, we did 100 million. What is the ceiling going to be on Gamma? Personally, I think it's going to be somewhere between $600 and $700 million worldwide. Okay. But this company is also a company that comes with, not comes, but is really based or has a conscience. Because they recognize not only is obesity a worldwide problem or epidemic, but malnutrition and starvation as well. And our scientists have come up with a nutrient-rich meal, which is actually called Vitameal, which provides nutrients to help support skeletal muscle and proper brain development. Okay? And for every person that goes on the weight management system, the company, not who's purchasing the system, will donate 10 of these meals internationally, globally. And last year we were able to wipe out starvation in Malawi. Can you imagine with 700 million in sales on the Gamma, how many mouths we're going to be able to feed? How many lives we're going to be able to be saved? That's a win, win, win. That's why this is so exciting. You're helping people, and you're helping people. And by helping them, you get to help yourself. The person that introduced me to this business opportunity quit. And the only way you can really fail in this business is to quit. Okay? Because this is about sharing information and by helping people. But the person that had introduced that person to me is somebody that came out of retirement because it was his desire to want to help people and make a difference and wipe out starvation. Somebody that has now been able to set up distribution centers in 53 countries. Somebody that was able to take a 5-year vacation, and while he was on vacation, his income went up. And when he told me that, I said, I need to find out who, what, where, when, and why. Because I found it to be a very interesting trip. Somebody that has become a very close personal friend, and somebody who really has a wealth of knowledge and information to share with you tonight. Somebody that has reached a status of what's called Team Elite, which is the pinnacle of compensation put into this company, Mr. Eugene Trussello.
Great job. Boy, I always hate following a doctor. You just feel so much pressure on your shoulders. But I'm glad to be here, and I'm delighted to have somebody like Dr. Balsamo joining us. You know, as a businessman, I mean, isn't this an incredible idea? You can help people lose weight, and you can help to feed starving children. Because I think there's more than enough food to go around. Just that some people have too much and some people have too little, right? When I sat where you sat, okay, I probably had the same kinds of questions going through my mind as probably going through your mind. I had 3 basic questions. Number 1, is this real? Okay, and we can tell you it's real. You don't get on the Discovery Channel by accident, right? You can all agree that. You don't get on Dr. Oz by accident. It's not just Dr. Oz and Dr. And the Discovery. It's a world-renowned science. It's the guy that wrote the birth control pill. It's NBC. It's CBS. It's 60 Minutes. Okay, so anybody that's even thinking about doing research, I'm here to tell you research has been done. Don't waste your time. What you need to do if you want to make money, you need to move. Okay, we're looking for movers and shakers. We're not looking for thinkers and researchers. Because nobody ever made money thinking, And very few people ever made money doing research unless you're a research chemist somewhere. All of us make money by doing what? That four-letter dirty word. Work, okay? So when I sat where you sat, I had a catering business, and I was burnt out. I really was. As I looked down the road and realized I was going to have to get up every morning and work Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays and Thanksgivings and Easters and New Year's and have no time with my family, I just thought that was a really big price to pay to become financially independent. But I knew I'd have to do that for at least 20 or 30 years to really get to the point where I was able to kind of set myself up. And the sad part is that today, most people are kind of living paycheck to paycheck. And even if that's not you, you may be able to help somebody who is. Because most of us, unfortunately, have we lost our income for a year or two, we'd be in pretty bad shape. Some people a week or two. Okay, so we're here to help people. We're not here to sell people, because I don't think I'm good enough to sell you two things. That's vision and a work ethic. You've either got it and you see it, or you don't. So if I was sitting where you're sitting, honestly, I'd be sold already. Again, you don't get on the Discovery Channel. The light bulb should be going off for the real entrepreneurs. And if not, you may just want to use our product, and that's okay too. Or you may find it in your heart to donate a bag to feed a starving child for a month. So let's bring you through this company's credibility really quick, in addition to what you've already heard. Forbes, out of 100, the top 100 most trustworthy companies, we're coming in number 5. That's a pretty good place to be. Stevie Award is kind of like the Academy Awards in Hollywood, in business. Dun & Bradstreet, we're rock solid. Motley Fool is calling us the Apple of the anti-aging industry. When you've got Wall Street calling you the Apple of the anti-aging industry, that's a pretty good compliment. We've already fed close to 300 million meals around the globe for starving children. We're proud of that, and we encourage each and every distributor to donate a bag of meal a month if that's at all possible for them. And everything, including our incomes, you can check out because it's transparent. It's all a matter of public information. And again, we've been around for quite some time, so this is not some new startup company. A lot of us have heard about those ground floor opportunities, right? You know the real challenge with those? They never get off the ground, okay? We're off the ground running. We've got to take it to the dance with the Discovery Channel. This is our world headquarters in Provo, Utah. I just got off the phone with the president just a few moments ago, and we've invested over $100 million in this anti-aging campus. We can bring physicians out there, we can bring business people like yourself or like myself out there to investigate the company, kind of kick the tires. It doesn't get any more impressive. And a lot of people are saying, you know, that building looks very, I think I've seen that somewhere. And it's because we've hired the architects that did the Apple headquarters. All right, we're really in good hands and we're investing a lot of money. How many people out there think there are a lot of companies right now growing and investing in the future? Not too many. Most of them are kind of hanging on by their fingernails if they haven't already gone into business. If I was not watching the news, and Dr. Balsamo and some of the other people, Greg, who are in this room will tell you, if we weren't watching the news, we'd be clueless that we are in the middle of a recession. Because the money's coming in hand over fist. And it's all up for grabs. It's just a matter of who's going to participate. This is the headquarters that we just built in Shanghai, because China obviously is going to be a huge market by the mere population, and a lot of the science is coming. You know, we're better to study herbal medicine than from Shanghai University and some of the Asian communities. We've got more than $9 billion already given out in commissions. Most companies aren't even generating those kinds of numbers to pay their employees, let alone participating in the profit sharing. 900 million record distributor commissions paid in 2012. We're not happy with that. We want to increase that, and we're going to. Can you imagine when this hits? I mean, just wrap your brain around it. When I had a conversation with Dr. Chang, I said, I don't even know how to present this to people. Who's going to believe it? We've actually identified the fat gene, and we're going to be able to get your metabolism to act the way it did when you were in your youth and delay the aging process. And we're not talking about changing genes, we're talking about gene expression, getting your genes to behave the way they did in your younger years. You had more energy, you had more sexual vitality, you had less problems with your weight management. And what happens as we age? We have the onset of heart disease and some of these other diabetes and some of these other debilitating diseases. If we can get your genes to revert back to the way they were when you were in your younger years, we're going to have a healthier population, and there's not going to be a person on a planet that's not going to want that product. For the real sharp business people here, how many people think, honestly, that most people want to lose weight out there? Yeah. I mean, it's just, this is like so simple. Okay, because we've done our studies, and they say that actually 50% of the, especially the female population, believes that they actually are overweight, and the other 50% think they are. So we kind of got everybody covered, so it's really a no-brainer. New $1 million lifetime earner, every 6 days in 2010, we had a new millionaire popping up in Taiwan, in Shanghai, in Beijing, in New York City, in California. All right, and we were able to break that record in 2011, and we got it down to 5 days. Guess what? We've got it down to 4 days, and we're not going to stop, and that doesn't mean you become a millionaire in 4 days. It means that somewhere, every 4 days, someone has achieved that $1 million income benchmark. And again, it's all up for grabs. And if you look here, as of October 2012, Nu Skin has 839 distributors who have made over $1 million. So you need to ask yourself a question. The company that you're working with now, the business that you're in now, do you even have a prayer at getting there? So I don't know about you, but I remember saying to myself every morning when I woke up, there's got to be a better way. When I'm cutting up chickens, doing wedding after wedding, and bar mitzvah, and communions, and I'm saying to myself, there's got to be a better way. And it was. And fortunately, I met some people that told me exactly what Greg shared with you. You can either be in that linear income equation, that temporary income equation, you do a wedding, you get paid, you're unemployed till the next wedding. And you get up the next day and do it all over again. And after you're doing that a while, it gets real old because there's no light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light at the end of this tunnel because eventually you're going to be able to walk away from that income. It's going to go on with or without you. All right, as Dr. Balsamo had alluded to earlier, I took a 5-year vacation. When I sat where you sat, that sounded bizarre. I couldn't get 5 minutes off. I had to take a 5-year vacation and not go broke. You remove yourself from the main generation of your own income. I'm going to show you how to do that with the young lady that showed me. So how does this all work? You're over here if you move to California. Okay, this is the California presentation. But it doesn't matter where you are. You're over here in New York City, and you may know a few people across the country. Okay, anybody here, if you really think hard enough to know anybody who wants to honor a desired place? Okay, this is like so simple. It couldn't be any simpler. That's why it actually goes over most people's heads. They can't believe the kind of money the leaders in this company. And I can't even believe it. I'm pinching myself, guys, because I'm not a doctor. All right, and yet we have a lot of physicians joining us because of what's going on with Obamacare. The future's not very bright, not only for them, for the average American. I honestly believe the average American is screwed beyond what they understand. And that's all going to come to pass over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And I think Greg was talking about all the elderly people working at the local diners. You know, anybody here been to Walmart lately? Okay, the first time I walked in, I saw this woman. I thought she was working. I didn't know they had greeters. You guys know they had greeters? Yeah. You go to Bed Bath & Beyond, they have greeters. I'm walking all over, people smiling, I'm smiling. What's going on? It's crazy. So you know a few people who might want to lose a couple of pounds, iron wrinkles out of their face, that's the way it works. Now let me ask you, if I'm over here or you're over here, and you decide to go on vacation for a week or two, and you're sucking down a pina colada in the Caribbean, do you think all of those people are going to say, wait a minute, don't iron wrinkles out of your face, stop taking your weight management, because you or Eugene is on a beach somewhere tanning? No. You remove yourself from the main generation of your own income. This is simple. And we've got the technology today we've never had before in order to accomplish this goal. Because what the company will do is they will convert every currency, yen, euro, dollar, peso, whatever it is, and I get directly deposited into my bank account, United States dollars, is my commission. It's clean. Okay? And I could never generate the kind of incomes with any other vehicle unless you tapped into that leverage equation. It's just not going to happen because it's all about you. Now we've got levels of participation for each and every person. We don't care if you're looking for a $10,000 raise. I don't know how many of you, are anticipating a $10,000 raise this year, or a $15,000 raise, or you can pick and choose basically wherever you want to fit in. For me, I'm going to be honest with you, I couldn't believe, because my frame of reference wouldn't allow me to, I was a poor Italian boy from Brooklyn, I didn't believe that people could make almost 50 grand a month on average. So I said, if I can make 30,000 on top of what I'm doing now, it'd be a help, right? It'd help to get my kids through college and maybe put me into a better automobile or a better home. But when I got there, I started seeing, you mean you actually earn 50 grand a month? And you actually earn 50 grand a month? And I started beginning to say, wait a minute, if they did it, I can do it. Okay, so I went full-time, and in about 9 months I got to here. It's no magic, you've got to work, but I'm telling you, it's all up for grabs. Now, one of the people who was very instrumental in helping me to build this is now my partner. She actually had gone beyond, okay, because there's an additional benchmark to shoot for. It's called Team Elite. It's where you have 15 executives. And when I had that discussion with her, how did you do this? She said, I just went out and helped people. You've got to get the focus off you. And that's real hard for America. It's all about me, right? But I know if I can help this individual get their child through college, and I can help this individual purchase a new car, and maybe this gentleman wants to, offset the cost of his malpractice insurance, or whatever the case may be. By helping other people get what they want, how many people think I'm going to get what I want?
Absolutely.
Simple. And I got to tell you, it's rewarding. It's the most rewarding thing in the world when somebody comes up to you and says, thank you. Because of you, I am now driving around in a nice sports car. Thank you, because I just paid off my children's college debt. Or a student, okay, who's drowning in debt. So you got young kids coming out of college, they need a place to go. I'm telling you, they're coming here. You can help them, you can help yourself. You can help starving children. Everybody wins. You got people out there like me that are saying, there's got to be a better way. We're just working, and I don't have a prayer to retire, because how am I going to outlive, all right, or how's my money going to outlive me, right? That's the real challenge today. We don't want to run out of money. This is a pension plan with the profit sharing that will be explained to you, that will go on with or without you, and it's also willable to your children, or grandchildren, or anyone who's good to you. All right, so without any further ado, I'm going to let my partner explain the rest of this presentation. Please help me welcome Wen Rosenkrantz.
Can we press a light? We didn't.
I feel like Sonny and Cher. All right, so what are we doing here?
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. I like the word sunshine. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right. It's so great to be here. Isn't it fun?
Yes.
Because we're here to help everybody to live a free life. I think that's why I'm here. And actually, I just drove from Virginia not too long ago to come here. And every time I come here, I'm energized. We actually have a special guest tonight. Anna is videotaping it. She just flew in from Florida. So we're going to bring you up later on to share a little bit your story, okay? For me, my life has totally changed 24 years ago because of this. And I think for everyone, if you remember, I think some people came in a little late, but I think the most important thing you need to remember what we all about is today we want to help you to move into a better quadrant. And then how many people really want to be in the plus class? That means you have all the time in the world and all the money in the world so that you can live life. That's why we are here. And prior to New Scheme, I was in the minus, just like most of the people. And I was in the linear equation because I was a corporate controller. I was too naive, enslaved by my boss, because I'm from Taiwan, and I think most people, Chinese, they are the hardest working people on earth. Do you agree?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so I did. I came here when I was 22 and had a dream, just study hard, get a degree, and then I can be successful. So I landed in a little town, Binghamton. How many people want to live there? No life. I was stuck there for 20 years. In the SUNY Binghamton, I got 2 master's degrees, accounting and computer science, thinking, wow, now I got this degree, I can be a superwoman, I'll be free, I'll be successful. And my boss, here comes a Chinese, let's slave her. And at first I was just doing accounting, and then give me another job for finance. Since I'm so smart, give me another job the computer. I said, just give me more work, that means I'm just so good. And they promote me to my dream job, which is a corporate controller. And I thought, wow, now I got a corporate controller job. I got to work even harder. My dream is to get my boss's job, a vice president of finance. Then I am home free. But because of that, I pay so much price. I actually work 70, 80 hours a week nonstop. I was never home with my children. And then deep inside, I miss my parents in Taiwan. But I had no time, no money. I miss them, I cannot go home. But I just keep on doing it. I was like a robot. I wasn't thinking. One day I'm going to get to the vice president. That's all I want. And after 10 years, one day I literally passed out the world. I was 35. And that's when I woke up. I was laying in bed, I couldn't even move anymore. I said, what am I here for? I miss my parents, I couldn't go home. My children are growing old without me. I was at a crossroad. What should I do now? And what does success mean? And is this all life is all about? And I asked one simple question. If I keep on doing what I'm doing for the next 5 years, what my life will be? I will be dead. So that's when I say that's enough. I need to make a change. So I really made the most important decision in my life to walk away from that corporate controller position because I had a dream. I want to be in the plus. I want to be free so that I can be home with my kids to go home to Taiwan. So that's 24 years ago. And at that moment, I was looking, someone showed me a company. But I didn't know this is the business I was looking for. You know my interest in the beginning? I was 35. I was just looking for a product to look younger. That's my intention. And you know how many people actually, you want to look younger and want to save money? How many? You all do, right? And that's exactly why our company in this recession, our company doubled in the last 2 years from 1 billion to 2 billion. Everybody's aging, right? Aren't you looking for a solution to look younger, feel younger, but save money? Yeah. And also make money at the same time?
Yes.
I was like that. So I was using all the name brand product, none of them work. I should show my old picture. My nickname was Walker. And then my skin had all the acne because all the product I use are oily based and clog my pores. I have acne and I squeeze them, I have all the scars. So I was looking for the best solution. And someone showed me, where's the mist? Do we have a mist here? NAPCA? You have one? I have it actually in my purse. That's an NAPCA moisture. Huh? In the back? Oh, right here, right here. This really is what intrigued me. And this is our logo, Fountain of Youth. Nu Skin started 29 years ago. Our founder had a vision that everybody wants to look younger. And we provide the Fountain of Youth by the simple ingredient like NAPCA. This is a key ingredient in our whole product line. And then when I went to the presentation, I said, now I finally how to take care of my skin. Because most product, mineral oil based, what would happen? It clogs your pores. But NAPCA is our skin's natural humectant. It just draws moisture from the air to keep your skin moist. And I'm a grandmother now, so I'm holding my grandbaby. The skin is so juicy. Why? When we were young, our skin was loaded with NAPCA. What happened as you age? Getting drier, like a dry raisin. So if you were to put a dry raisin, soak them into the NAPCA, you will see that dry raisin or dry plums or dry apricot going to return to its natural state, baby plum. So when I saw that, oh my gosh, let me try this. And the best part was, we are literally just a wholesale buying club. Since we don't advertise, and you join just a wholesale buyer, you get 30% off. So this one retail for $11, wholesale for $8. I said, sign me up. I'm a wholesale buyer. I just want to use it. Best product, the same money. And I never thought my skin improved. And you want to try it? Here, close your eyes. Relax, relax. Like, how about you? Hope?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I know you're going to have that date. Okay, relax. Oops, did I get into your eyes?
No, it's okay.
Doesn't that feel good? Okay, how about you?
Sure.
How about you? Dr. Thelma? All right, you? Okay, close your eyes. And you? You know what? This is called liquid. What was it, the word? Liquid breast. I can't even say words anymore. It doesn't matter. Because you plump your skin. And at that time, we only had 20 products. The other product made this grew. Actually, the best part for me was I joined at the perfect timing of our business. I joined in '89. Our company actually went through the first momentum. We went from 50 million to 500 million in 2 years. And even though I started in Little Tom Binghamton, I was the first distributor just from this and the facelift. Now we have a Galvanic Spa that you see. I'm going to bring you up and see the difference in 5 minutes. Back then,
We just have the facelift, the powder and activator, you mix them, you do it, wow, the face is lifted. So I was walking like this. Oh, my face, what are you doing? I said, facelift, facelift. Everybody wants this non-surgical facelift. So all of a sudden, I start building the network. What happened when I joined? I have an ID number, right? So if you want to build this business, number one, you gotta have an ID. The ID will allow you to purchase everything directly from the company at wholesale. So you're a wholesale buyer. And then when your friends want to join, what happened? They need to have a sponsor. So all of a sudden, I sponsoring my friend. So she got an ID. So she started ordering products. She's very happy. And then she showed it to her friends, and all of a sudden I have a room of people just in the little town Binghamton. Their ID all linked to me. And then the magic happened. Without knowing the compensation plan, I got my first executive check. So, number one, you got to become executive. Why? You can make more money. When you become executive, for example, if I sponsor her, and she introduced to this whole room of people, if I'm not the executive, when she purchased product, I get 5%. But that's it. I don't get paid on everyone behind her. Is that good or bad? Not good. Not good, right? So in 2 months I became executive. I got my executive check. Back 24 years ago, first check was $2,400. I said, ooh, that's pretty good. And I keep on doing it. And then what really made me realize was when I got my number 8 commission check was $6,500. I said, oh my God, what happened to me? Think about my career before Nu Skin in the linear income equation as a corporate controller, 2 master's degrees, 70 hours a week, 10 years of my best time in my life. When I resigned my job, at that time my income was $5,000 a month. Nu Skin took me 8 months to replace it. Is that because I'm smart? No, it's in a different business vehicle, financial vehicle. Then I say, oh, now I got it. If I just build a network, and if they order a lot of product, if I work hard, I will just get a lot of money. That's pretty good. And then shortly after I joined, our company opened up Taiwan. I said, oh my God, that's my dream come true. Because my dream is to go home to see my parents. And then now I was able to go home 6 times a year and not only visit my parents and build a business. But you know, when I went back to Taiwan, because I was away for so long, I don't know anyone anymore. I said, how am I going to do this business? All I know my parents, that's it. But you never know who you're going to meet. On my way, the flight from Binghamton to Taiwan, I met this flight attendant. Looks so handsome. Ooh, I said, ooh, hot. He even looks like my brother. So I said, I got to talk to him, but I don't know how. This flight attendant doesn't need this. Let me do this. So he goes, what is this? I said, it's a human dry air, keep your skin moist, then your skin gonna be so plump and juicy. So you won't be dry. He goes, ooh, that's pretty good. So he actually joined. And then what happened? And his wife is esthetician, heard about our facelift product. Saying, how can we get that? And he remembered, this lady told me on the airplane about this facelift too. So he actually, through his wife, spread a word. So what happened when you have a good product? From 1 become 10, become 100. I never thought this network would grow to this big. And how many people have hard time? Remember when that Greg show you introduced to 5 people, all of a sudden you have 20,000 people? How many people have hard time visualize you have 20,000 people? You don't believe that, right? Neither do I. But that network right now has 30,000 people. I just want to show you this. Oops, there it is. So this is a picture 2 years ago when I went back to Taiwan for a briefing. This 1,400 people came to the presentation. Actually, the flight attendant is not even in this picture anymore. You know why? He quit. Because this team took us forever to grow. It took us 4 years. And he said, nah, those people would never do anything. So as soon as he quit, guess what happened? This guy became Blue Diamond, the top earner. And all of a sudden, it's like popcorn. Guess how many Blue Diamonds we have now? Over 100 Blue Diamonds. So this man, this young lady started when she was 19. She started and introduced to this young man. He was only 21. And he started and introduced to all his college friends. So this college introduced to other college. It spread like a wildfire. And this was just October. So it grew from 1,400 people to the meeting to 4,000. This is that Ray. You can find